Well, earlier this week, Morningstar named its Fund Managers of the Year right here on Squawk on the Street. So we brought in the winner in the domestic category. He manages a fair hold'em fund, which is up more than 35% over the past year. So here he is to share his secrets to success or his ideas for this year. He's Bruce Berkowitz. Good to have you with us. Bruce, Cassandra was talking a little bit about how she'd play real estate. I can see actually that you recently apparently just bought a real estate linked name, real estate investment trust, Winthrop Realty. Why and what's your view on real estate?
Small REIT, very smart operator, big owner manager, like management. Now's the time. It always pays to be greedy when most are fearful, and they're announcing some very astute acquisitions of debt. We like it, and there's a long way to go.
Well, you know
on Winthrop, we also have St. Joe, which,
that's what I was about to say. Largest landholder in Florida, right?
Well, there's a secret about St. Joe that most people don't realize. And the secret is a brand new international airport opens up in May of this year, the first since I believe 1995, which opens the Panhandle up to the United States, to the world. And St. Joe is the Panhandle.
St. Joe is the Panhandle. We're the home of Joe Scarborough, who knows quite a bit about St. Joe as well. So you've got St. Joe, you've got Winthrop in terms of how you're playing real estate. Interesting that in your top 5 holdings is Sears Holdings, which not only is doing very well today on the retail sales data, but is the best performing retailer in the United States, according to Standard & Poor's, which just sent me this information, since Black Friday. Would you still be buying Sears?
Could you believe that Eddie Lampert is now a great retailer? It's amazing. We own a large position in Sears, which I guess means we'd still be buying it, because if we're holding it, it's like buying it. And, Sears is one of those positions where you really can't lose. It generates so much free cash that if the stock price goes down, Eddie Lampert buys more and more on behalf of our shareholders and on behalf of his shareholders. And if he becomes the retailer of the decade, well, we'll do quite well also. So whichever way it goes with Sears, we're going to do well.
And you got a smile on your face. You sound optimistic. It's not just about those names, though, right, Bruce? I mean, you are optimistic about stocks this year overall.
I'm optimistic about the economy. We're in the spring of a recovery. There still may be a frost here and there, but the markets are thawing out. And we have some wonderful companies in the portfolio that still remain quite cheap in relationship to the cash that they generate for their owners. We're very big in the healthcare sector. Our biggest holding is Humana. I mean, Humana one day may become the Geico of health insurance. And if they do, our shareholders are going to do very well. And if they don't, our shareholders will still do very well, given the kind of cash they've been generating throughout this most difficult period.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Bruce. Appreciate your taking the time. I'm sure Eddie appreciated the endorsement.